What was the greatest thing that you ever did for a friend? I helped my friend fake his own death to escape his abusive family. My buddy Marcus called me at 2 a.m. sobbing. His ultra-religious parents had discovered he was gay after finding texts on his phone and locked him in their basement for what they called intensive prayer therapy. They'd taken his phone, wallet, ID, everything. He'd been down there for 3 days with nothing but bread and water. They're planning to send me to one of those conversion camps in Utah, he whispered from a payphone. My dad literally said I'm dead to them anyway, so maybe I should just make it official. He'd escaped through a tiny basement window during their church meeting and was hiding in a 24-hour laundromat across town. His hands were bleeding from climbing through broken glass, and he had maybe 6 hours before they'd discover he was gone. That's when I got the idea that would change both our lives forever. I worked as a night shift clerk at the county coroner's office. It was supposed to be temporary while I finished college, but it gave me access to death certificates, database systems, and most importantly, unclaimed John Doe cases that sometimes sat in limbo for months. I knew the system inside and out. I knew which cases got overlooked, which paperwork disappeared into bureaucratic black holes, and exactly how to make someone officially cease to exist. There was a John Doe from 6 months prior, homeless man, no family, found in the river, similar age and build to Marcus. The case was cold, file buried under a mountain of other unclaimed bodies. I spent the next 4 hours carefully creating a new death certificate, changed the physical description to match Marcus perfectly, altered the date of death to 3 days future, and used the real case number from the John Doe. I printed it on official letterhead and temporarily entered it into the state database using my supervisor's login credentials. Then came the hardest part, the phone call. At 6 a.m. I called his parents pretending to be Deputy Coroner Williams. My voice was steady as I delivered the news that their son had been found deceased in the river, apparent suicide. There would be no body to view due to decomposition, but dental records confirmed the identity. His mother cried. His father asked if there would be any media attention. They were more concerned about their church reputation than their dead son. Meanwhile, Marcus was already on a Greyhound bus to my aunt's house in Oregon. I'd given her a story about my college roommate needing help after a family emergency. She didn't ask questions, just said, bring him home. For the next 3 years, Marcus was officially dead while my friend rebuilt his entire life as Alex. We got him a social security number through a legal name change process in Oregon, claiming he was estranged from his birth family and had been using a different name informally for years. Alex got his GED, then a scholarship to community college. He studied social work and met David, an amazing guy who runs a youth shelter. They moved in together after 8 months. Some nights he'd cry for the life he'd lost, the family that chose hatred over love, the version of himself that had to die for him to live. But slowly, Alex became more himself than Marcus ever was. He started volunteering at LGBTQ+ youth centers, helping kids who reminded him of who he used to be. 3 years after his death, Alex legally married David in a small ceremony by the ocean. His new family was there, my aunt, some friends from college, kids from the youth center who saw him as a big brother. Last week, I got a wedding photo in the mail with a handwritten note. Thank you for giving me permission to live. I'm finally home. His parents still think he's dead. They never held a funeral.